The day after my birthday last year, I won my first amateur boxing fight on 4 days' notice.
Winner of the fight, in the blue corner, new guy!
In this video, I'm going to tell you what I did to make that happen and how you can too. I don't have all the time in the world. I go to school, I have a job, etc. So I like to make sure that the training modalities I choose can give me the highest skill and fight readiness return on my time investment. The two things I love to prioritize are cardio and sparring. Now, this is not to say that hitting the bag or hitting pads or watching film or working with a coach, all that stuff is not good for you. Of course, it's good for you and it'll make you better. But cardio and sparring are the two things that I make sure I have no matter what in every week, mandatory for me to do to get better at boxing to the point where now I can take fights on short notice. So let's dive a little bit deeper into both of those. As far as sparring is concerned, my gym is open on Friday nights and we have sparring night and a bunch of people come out and it's a lot of fun. In 2023, I decided at the beginning of that year that I would spar every weekend of 2023 in order to improve at boxing as quickly as possible. Generally though, I did a lot of kickboxing and MMA rather than just straight up hands. Of course, when I was doing kickboxing, I like to prioritize using my hands, and so that likely made a factor in me being able to switch over to boxing seamlessly without much of an issue. Obviously, after the fight, I fell in love with boxing, and I switched over to having a lot of hands when I'm doing kickboxing, even more so than I did previously. Now, I make sure to spar once a week, but as far as a second or third time per week is concerned, it totally depends on circumstantial stuff. If I'm busy that week, I won't spar a second time. If my head's shaking, I won't spar a second time. I make sure to spar once a week, but as far as 2, 3, 4 times is concerned, that's up to your own discretion. Of course, it's important to not just walk into sparring and be a maniac and just start fighting no matter what. I like to be intentional with my sparring. For example, last week I focused a lot on jab defense and protecting yourself in front of the jab. So looking to counter with an overhand or looking to parry and respond, etc., etc., etc. The week before that, I worked a lot on footwork and timing and movement, etc. Make sure you spar thoughtfully as well. This is just a pointer. You can go in there and you can spar and you cannot learn anything, and you can go in there with specific goals that you want to achieve, and you can see those goals go by as you track your progress and improve. A good sparring session, even if it's not hard, will let you fight at fight speed, so you're absolutely comfortable and aware when the fight comes, how fast punches are coming at you, how quickly you have to respond, how quick your instincts have to be, etc., etc., etc. It's very important for you to understand fight speed, and sparring will help you greatly with that. Another thing is being comfortable with punches coming at you. You can train all you want on the bag and on the pads, but until punches come at you at full speed, you won't know what they feel like, and sparring is great for that. As far as the specifics of my routine, 1 day a week, I send it and do max effort red line hill sprints. 3 sets of 5 up a hill that's about 100 to 150 meters, and I just send it max effort red line on Monday. Beyond that, I also like to run, and I try to run once a week, whether it's about 2 miles or 15 minutes or 3 miles. I don't know about aerobic, anaerobic, zone 2. I just know that I like running, I like sprinting, and a combination of both gets me the best results for fighting. Of course, there's much better resources than me as far as running is concerned on YouTube, as far as sprinting is concerned on YouTube, cardio, etc. Feel free to go out. There's a lot of great channels that tell you how to improve your running, cardio, pace, etc. This is what I like to do, and this gives me the best results in the least amount of time. As far as having a coach is concerned, it's good to have somebody who watches you spar and knows what you're good at and knows what you're bad at and can give you little tweaks and pointers. If you don't have that, you're more than welcome to film yourself sparring and then rewatch that sparring and make adjustments and self-correct, etc. Especially in your fights, you're gonna want somebody in your corner telling you what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, and some little pointers to make you perform at your best. Having a coach is good, but again, if you can't get a coach for whatever reason, watch yourself self-correct and then find somebody to corner you on fight day. So this is my routine, all put together nice and neat. As you can see, I left miscellaneous days in there on purpose. I use those days kind of to train the way I want. Lately, I've been into running and strength training, so I like to use one for each. If I'm into, for example, loaded carries, if I'm into swimming, whatever I like to do, I'll use that for my miscellaneous days so I can keep my boxing training on track without getting distracted by other stuff, and yet still having time to pursue whatever I find interesting. So whatever you like doing, whether it's hiking, biking, whatever, do that on those days. Of course, I'm in fight camp or preparing for something, then I'll choose to use that for fight-specific training or bag work or pads. But again, this should be open for you to interpret how you feel. And just remember, cardio and sparring will be the most important things and will make the difference in your fights. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.